So look, I need to be serious in this video because I feel so strongly about it. From the moment that you came into this world, you've been told to conform to a box. Girls are told to be passive and not take any risk. Guys are told to man up and just show no emotion. We then are told what we're good at and what we're not good at during school. The scary thing is, this is coming from people that we care about the most, that we trust the most. Our teachers, our parents, our friends. This is because they were told these narratives before us. We're told that we're good at maths and bad at writing, so we stop trying to write. We're told that we struggle to sit still and concentrate, so therefore we never focus. We're told that we're going to be an amazing doctor one day, and then we ignore every other profession that we could be good at. We're told to go get a college degree, and then feel obliged to use it, sitting in a cubicle, doing something we hate to pay off our school debts. The truth is, this is cancerous to the one thing that our generation has over all of those before us. Something that people have fought and died for even, and that's freedom. We live in this era of infinite opportunity where you can not only find financial freedom, but freedom of the soul. There is no reason why every single person watching this video can't wake up in the morning and be excited to do the one thing that these new generations dread, which is work. I'm not talking about launching a business or launching a side hustle, even though that is the path to prosperity. I'm talking about doing something where you are valued and you create value. Something where you are challenged the perfect amount that you welcome that challenge each morning that your alarm goes off. But most people don't do that. And this is because of that box that they're told to conform to at an early age. We learn to value what other people think of us greater than what we truly think of ourselves. We value short-term security over long-term happiness. So how do you know if you've been blinded by society? First, evaluate. There are 4 key factors that come into play to allow us to be happy in our work. The first is mission. Do you only think of your job when you're at work? This shows that you don't actually care about the outcome of what you do and that you're conforming to the 9 to 5 that the industrial era created to force workers into their schedule. The next is love. Do you come home from work and are completely deflated? Do you take this out on your partner or your kids? What do you think is going to happen to those relationships? This is why I hate the argument, I'm doing this for my family. It's just bullshit. We are simply a bunch of atoms in constant movement, emitting energy. Individuals attract into their lives experiences and circumstances that are in alignment with their own energetic frequency. For example, if someone constantly operates at a frequency of gratefulness and happiness, they will attract gratefulness and happiness. The third point is, are you good at what you do? If you had a personal trainer that each time you went to the gym, you were told how terrible you were and making no progress, how likely is it that you are going to continue to see that PT? How likely is it that you're going to keep training? Because the aim here is to find flow state, the balance between challenge and comfort. And then the final thing is, are you being paid properly? Don't listen to anyone that says money isn't important. It is. We need to build our skills enough so that we can earn to enjoy other parts of life. Learn to ask for a raise. And if they say no, just keep building your value until you have so much value that someone else will pay you that. Now, there's always exceptions, and I need you to listen very closely to this exception of when you shouldn't actually quit your job. Let's say you're underpaid, your energy is being drained, and you never think about work unless you're just sitting in your cubicle. The only time you should stay in that job is when there is a non-linear growth curve. After failing my biggest business yet, trying to launch a cafe and seasoning, I realized that I didn't know what I was doing. I packed up and left my city, my girlfriend, my family, to receive my first ever taste of proper employment. I was selling watches using influencer marketing. The learning curve was insane, going from a small city with no e-commerce knowledge to suddenly being surrounded by all these incredible smart people. It was worth any pain that I was experiencing. After 1 year of learning, I left and started my own business, which made over $10 million in its first year. Without that job, I wouldn't have been able to do that. But here's the kicker. The squares on the screen represent your entire life. Let's first assume you're 25 years old. Now let's say you're gonna work until you're 60. This here is your entire working career. Let's say you get comfortable in a job you hate and stick with it for 10 years, even though it was supposed to be just 2 years of learning. This shows just how many few years we have in this glory period, where our joints don't hurt and our brain works properly. This epitomizes the saying that most people die at 25, but you aren't buried until 75. Learning using your career should only be done in sprints, just don't get too comfortable.